Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is George. If it's your first time here and if you're returning, you heard this intro many times, so thank you for clicking again. The weather is typically British outside, so I hope you can hear me because the rain is banging on the roof. So what we're going to be doing today is removing the diff and welding it up. Now that car has got a VLSD, which is the viscous limited slip differential. Now generally speaking you wouldn't weld it, but supposedly these diffs are no good. I tried to swap it for an open diff with someone, so what we're going to be doing, welding this one up. So first up, get the car up in the air and remove the diff. So I think I will just time lapse it for you, but before I do, I'm going to explain to you what you need to do, which is pretty much the same as any other diff. So this has got some sort of plate. I think it's to protect the oil getting up from the exhaust. So we're going to remove the plate, drain the oil. I'm going to reuse the oil because I'm cheap with my own cars. So we're going to keep that in the bucket. Then we're going to undo the drive shafts or the axles, wherever you're from, whatever you want to call it. And then I think I'm losing light here. We're going to undo the prop shaft, which is, as far as I'm aware, made out of carbon fiber. Quite interesting for a factory car. And then obviously we got the two front bolts there, and on this particular car, or not this particular car, on the 350Z you only have one mounting on the rear, which is sometimes an issue, and companies have come up with all different braces. So I will look into that as well. And we've got the ABS sensors on the inside as well, so we need to I think we're gonna just unplug it and keep the wiring attached. Let's do it. So it's next day. I had to abandon the mission because I didn't have any silicone to seal up the diff. So just one thing guys, whatever you do, whatever solvent you're gonna use to clean the diff, just make sure it's something that you can weld afterwards. Now I've used brake cleaner. The one in the UK I think is regulated here differently, so you will most likely say no chloride solvents, so we should be good to go and weld after this. But still, welding is quite dangerous, so make sure you don't breathe in any of the, obviously, the fumes. Alright, so this is a VLSD viscous limited slip diff. The way you can tell viscous, it's if you turn it, the other side will turn with it. Another way to tell once you open it up is generally you've got this sort of cage holding the planet gears or spider gears, and then the clutch back is generally on this side behind here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna weld through this little window. I think we've got 2 or 3 of them there, maybe even 4. You can just see the gears inside there, and to get the settings right, I'm just gonna weld through here, make sure the welder is all right, and that's gonna weld the planet gear together as well. Let's do it. So if you're new to welding, this is a MIG welder. This is a synergic welder. So if you're new to welding, I would recommend getting a synergic, whatever you pronounce it, welder, which basically the wire speed and the ampage is set, so there's no adjustment for the wire speed separate to the ampage. And then you can turn up the heat by changing the voltage of the welder, so it works a little bit differently. So we're gonna start with 180. We pump up the voltage to 22. So this is what we're looking at. 4 of those, filled it all in. Obviously a bit of an overkill, but better be safe than sorry and having a bad day. I'm just gonna wait for it to cool down and then clean everything out because it's just full of crap at the moment. We don't want that because obviously the bearings would get messed up, and clean the surface so we can then put it back together. Just clean up both surfaces. Gonna put the silicone on there, let it become a little bit tacky before we put the cover back on. Nice. Better piping skills than British Bake Off. Just let it dry that little bit and then we're going to put the cover back on. There's no pins on there, so we've got to try and do it nicely straight away. And there you have it. Alright, so this is how you weld up the VLSD, the viscous limited slip differential on the 350Z. Not something I wanted to do, but it seemed the best option in the time scale I have, so I'm just gonna put it back in because the fitting is the reversal of removal, as the Haynes manual say, and I'm sure you're not interested in another time lapse with some lovely music. So do me a favor before you go, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not a subscriber and you like the content, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.